Welcome to Filmfare Middle East.
How are you? Lovely.
All well, sir. I want to just start on every time you complete 4 decades this year. Each time, where do you bring in the same kind of passion, the same kind of, the intensity that you bring up on screen each time?
They say that wine gets matures better with age and with years. So I am trying to be like wine. Also, the experience of life becomes better if you live your life the way you want to live. Then every experience. I'm also very. I'm not a secluded place. I am with people. I move around people. I'm not only in a film group or something like that. I live life as a commoner. So I am very much in touch with normal human emotions. And I come from middle class, initially from lower middle class. So I've kept in touch. I've kept the child who came from Shimla to Mumbai to make it big in films alive. So when you have all these experiences, then you are capable of, or you are trying to be capable of portraying the emotions. Also, there is I don't do a protected, safe acting. I try and sort of explore my emotions, even though that means I will be hurting myself emotionally. Yeah. So people protect themselves. They don't want to
You expose out as an actor.
Yeah. So I'm a trained actor. I'm a confident actor. I don't mind exploring myself emotionally and go into the depths of that. And I'm not afraid of crying.
So for an actor who has done almost every genre there is, who has always been ahead of time, has transcended borders, what becomes the criteria for then going on to the next project, like you've done with the
My
signature?
standard for myself is very high. I keep changing my goalposts. I keep changing. I keep inventing myself. I keep making my job difficult because I live with myself, and I don't want to be bored with myself. I find life is beautiful. I find there is so much to do, and you can only, and it's richness is not about how many cars, how many flats, how much bank balance you have. Means that's my point of view. People who think that is richness, I don't hold it against them. But to me, I am fortunately in a profession where I can keep on exploring emotions.
Right.
And there are so many people around who feel pain differently, who express pain differently, who express joy differently. If I know 500 people, these are 500 people of emotions. Some people hide pain. Some people explore pain. Some people hide. Uh, I just try my level best that if I have thought that, then I should be able to express it. It's a great process. It's a tough process, but that's what makes it exciting. That's what.
Right.
So I think somewhere deep down, I think there is also a fear of never to be a has-been, never to become a has-been. I liked it when you said contemporary and things like that. That's to be able to refer to after 40 years and 542 films. Also, as contemporary, one has to walk an extra mile.
Absolutely. I think, so you are an institution in yourself. So, and like you said, the entire thing is, each time you have done roles which are like you've done comedies of various degrees, but you have also done angst of various degrees. Like,
Yes.
right from, say, a Wednesday, you brought up a certain kind of angst. The Kashmir Files had something.
Yeah.
How do you kind of bring about that variation also, keeping in mind it is not repetitive, it is still relevant today, but it is also something that you have been doing for such a long time now?
Because I think people, and especially in today's time, in the times of social media, Instagram, and all those things, where people only want to show a side of themselves, which is not necessarily the truth. People hide pain. People hide real emotions. They are faking emotions. And that's why a film like this, which does not fake anything, A film like Signature, which is where the man is uh, almost humiliatingly expressing his helplessness. Uh, and yet people connect with the thing. That means beneath that whole exterior that people have is the real person. So I have to explore that within me. That when somebody is, and I'm not wanting to praise myself. Of course, it's a great thing that I've managed to do that. But we are so impressed with mediocrity around us that when somebody does something, everybody needs to be brilliant. Everybody needs to be. That's that. You don't ask a carpenter. You change the carpenter the moment he does not do your job properly. Unfortunately, that does not happen in cinema because the standard is mediocre.
Right.
When
But
I
sir, would
work
you
up,
think that,
so,
yes, sorry.
no, when I work abroad, that's why this is my acting school. I opened an acting school because I thought people used to say 40 years back or 30 years back, acting थोड़ा सिखाई जाती है. एक्टिंग तो अंदर से निकल के आती है. अरे अंदर से बुरी एक्टिंग निकल के आती है. आप किसी ऐसे डॉक्टर के पास नहीं जाते हो जो ट्रेंड नहीं है, जो मेडिकल कॉलेज में नहीं गया है. आप किसी इंजीनियर को या आपने किसी ऐसे आप किसी तरखान को नहीं बुलाते हो जिसके पास जिसने एक्सपीरियंस ना हो. You see, but now things are changing. People are now wanting to sort of go to schools. And when I work abroad, or when I used to work abroad before this time, every person, whether it was a bartender, whether it was standing with junior artists, standing there, just one liner, was a trained acting student. So you see the films that they do abroad, the acting standard is so high. And my
Right.
competition is with not only with the people over here, my competition is the best with the world. And especially when you do a film like this, which is on an OTT platform, which has 190 countries, which goes to Zee5 Global, you know that all types of people will watch this film. All countries will watch this film. At that time, they should not say, oh, it's a Hindi film. It's a typical. It's become a cliche. It's a Bollywood film. Well, I'm proud of being from Bollywood, but this is not a Bollywood film. This can be at least the performances of everybody, including other actors, can be compared with any great actors abroad.
Right. So would you say that you've always been ahead of time, whether it was in terms of like, today people talk about, oh, I'm playing a character actor, but you have broken
Yeah.
every single niche there has been, which people today very proudly announce. Like
Yeah,
whether it
I
was
think I think
best,
a lot of people initially thought that I've gone mad when I did a 65-year-old man's role in my first film. But I think it was my confidence. Yeah, it was my confidence in me as an actor. And plus I couldn't have been a chooser. Uh, I broke the myth of typecasting. Certainly, I will do that. I broke this because everybody used to be very cute. Then now people want to sort of say कि मैं villain भी करता हूँ, मैं comedian भी करता हूँ. But I was doing it 30 years back.
yeah,
You
you've
know,
done a Dr. Dan.
and I've done Khosla Ka Khosla, and I have done Khel, and I have done Shola or Shabnam, and I have done Bend It Like Beckham. I have done Silver Linings Playbook.
Playbook, yes.
I sometimes feel I made it very easy. तो यहाँ पर एक चीज और भी होती है. When you do something easily, na, people think, अरे इसको तो आती ही है acting. When a mediocre actor does something better, then say, oh, क्या acting की है? अरे idiots, he is supposed or she is supposed to do brilliant acting. But I think with the invent of OTT and everything, now people, आम ऑडियंस का भी जो स्टैंडर्ड है बढ़ गया है. उनको अब समझ में आते हैं, बाहर की फिल्में देखते हैं. कोविड में खासकर दे सॉ all regional films, where the Malayali films, Tamil films, Telugu films, amazing actors they have. And so I think the audience are much more educated than what they were earlier.
Right. So also, do you think that for an actor of, when you reach a certain caliber, expectations hoti hain, but also there's an effortlessness that is expected of you. But have you found any role recently which you would say really shook you as an actor, was that
We are
challenging?
talking about the film. Signature is to
I
make
love this.
a role like this effortless needs lot of effort. अगर लगे कि एक्टिंग की है तो फिर then the actor is trying to show acting. My
Right.
character Arvind,
Hmm.
even after it was my 525th film. Uh, when I was watching the premiere of the film, I said, "ये मैं हूँ?" Not with the feeling that oh my god, क्या कमाल है, but it did not feel. I think there are certain expressions which I thought did not have in me. अभी किसी ने मुझे किसी का right now, just 2 minutes before that, somebody sent me किसी का Facebook, उसमें उन्होंने लिखा है, I'll just read it out. Just 1 second back. She said it's a lady called Richa something, Jyoti Tripathi Ruchi. Z5 पर द सिग्नेचर में अनुपम खेर ने कमाल कर दिया है, एक एक एक्सप्रेशन पर उनको अवार्ड दिया जाए तो भी कम रहेगा. So I said, what is it that is making people write that? And I think it's because it looks effortless.
Is discovering you
Hmm.
and then
Yes,
going back and watching where you've
I'm
come.
very happy. I want to be a cool dude for this Gen Z. I don't want to be Uncle G of this Gen Z. I want to be them to say, as you are very brilliantly and effectively putting it, I want them to say, यार ये बड़ा cool actor है. For
So with
that,
the
I have
kind
to
of
work
balance,
harder.
with the kind of balance that you bring to your roles, I
That's
think
why
you're
I've cut down my work, because I need to invest so much of hard work into it. And you can't do it so many times. We shot this film, The Signature, in a real hospital. Uh, it was frightening because my performance was from a script. I knew that Nina Kulkarni after the shot will get up and go to the washroom or go to have dinner, lunch or something like that. But they were real people whose relatives, wives, husbands, brothers, sisters were real in the hospital. They will not get up. They will again come back tomorrow morning. They will again be giving money to the cashier. I will finish my shooting even though I'm engrossed, crying real tears, not using glycerin. But I will go to my hotel, have a nice shower, ask for my soup, and next day then again come. But mentally, I was throughout for those all the days that we shot. I was there, and to sort of to sort of as a tribute to the people who were part of who were in the hospital, I used to wear the same clothes every single day, even though they were not required.
right.
I I tried to do as much as I can, but you can explore these days this kind of, you can give this kind of a dedication. In theater, it is possible because in theater, when you do a play for 45 days, you're rehearsing, and then night after night, you're involved. In this, it's a 30-second shot, except for my last shot, last sequence where I come back from meeting Mahima. It's a 4.5 minute shot, and I knew that I would want to do it in first take. Okay, so I told the cameraman, my director, that I will make sure that technically there is no glitch. I would like to. So I did that, and luckily it was okay in the first take because I didn't want to. There's a lot of graph. He comes and first talks to her, and then he breaks down, and then he cries like a baby, and then he says, "I'm sorry." So it could have not. I felt it could have not done in fragments or in sections. So I said, let's do the whole thing in one emotion. So I think that worked well. The
Right,
film has
right.
really connected very well with people. I was in the park yesterday. I posted it today on my social media. And there is this gentleman who lost his wife 2 months back. And he said, Sir ji, क्या फिल्म बनाई है आपने, यूनिक है, मेरे साथ ये प्रॉब्लम थी कि मुझे साइन करना था उसके डीएनआर पे और बच्चे कह रहे थे कर दो आप. मैं ये नहीं कहता कि बच्चों का प्यार कम था, पर बच्चे
Right.
कह रहे थे कि इसको हमको शी सफरिंग.
Right.
But
That decision had.
मैं तो 60 साल विवाहित था उसके साथ. I was married to her for 60 years. I thought, how can I take it in my hands? So it has touched a real chord somewhere with the audience.
Absolutely. So a lot of actors talk about, not being able to get out of the character, like आप जैसे बता रहे थे. लेकिन does it become easier over a period of years to kind of switch on and switch off?
नहीं, I switch on and switch off, ऐसा नहीं है.
Right.
Otherwise one will not be able to function.
With
Uh,
your
दो
kind
तीन
of
फिल्म हाँ,
roles?
दो तीन फिल्में ही ऐसी होती हैं. उनमें सिग्नेचर थी जो थोड़ी देर तक रहती थी, कश्मीर फाइल थी जो बहुत देर तक रहती थी, मैंने गांधी को नहीं मारा जो बहुत देर तक रहती थी, सारांश was throughout. I wanted to be in that zone because I was not married, I didn't have a child, I was playing a 65-year-old. But otherwise ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. एक्टिंग इज, अगर आती हो तो आपको पता है कैसे बाहर निकलना है, नहीं आती तो फिर. It's also because actors get written about, so they like to sort of romanticize the whole thing कि मैं उसके अंदर ही घुस गया था. Unless I'm playing an alien or I'm playing somebody that I have to work hard. Otherwise, if I'm playing somebody, I can understand. I've seen so many people. I've seen my own father, who's a middle class person. I've seen my whole other situations. I've kept my eyes open and my heart open to feel the emotions.
Right. But having played so many roles, is there still one role की इस टाइप का मुझे एक रोल करना है, वो एक wish list है आपकी?
I'm lucky that I'm getting all those roles which I want to do. I'm really very lucky. My next film, which is Vijay 69, we'll again talk about that, is
Oh,
something
lovely.
which is a dream for an actor. So I am fortunate that the roles that I want, I'm getting or I'm creating.
Lovely. And what would you say, sir, अगर हम आपसे पूछे कि आप अपने आप को 3 words में बताइए कि आपके लिए 3 words क्या होंगे जो आप बेस्ट यूज कर सकते
मैं
हैं?
3 क्यों, एक ही वर्ड काफी है. मेरा नाम, जिसकी उपमा ना हो, अनकम्पेरेबल.
लवली. आपने एक में वो क्लियर कर दिया.
हाँ, मेरे माँ बाप ने, आई डोंट नो, पता नहीं क्या सोचकर मेरा नाम रख लिया था इन 1955 व्हेन आई वाज बोर्न. बट ऐसा भी नहीं था कि शिमला में उन दिनों पे ऐसा नाम होता. तो आई यूज्ड टू आस्क माय फादर, आपको ये अनुपम कहाँ से नाम दिया? कहते पता नहीं, किसी ने बताया कि ये रख ले, ये तेरा बच्चा होगा. एंड वी वर वेरी पुअर. आई वाज बोर्न इन अ पुअर फैमिली. बट मुझे क्या पता था कि 69 years later young lady sitting in Dubai will ask me this question कि कोई ऐसे 3 वर्ड लीजिए जिससे आप अपने आप को डिस्क्राइब कर सकें. तो थैंक्स टू माय फादर पुष्करनाथ जी कि आपको उन्होंने मुझे ऐसा नाम दिया कि मैं एक वर्ड में डिस्क्राइब कर दूं.
लवली. और सर अगर मैं कहना चाहूँ कि if I have to kind of recommend, like I made my son watch a couple of your films. He's an 18-year-old. लेकिन अगर आपको across generations बोलना हो कि ये आपकी 10 films या 5 films हैं जो देखनी ही हैं, आप कौन सी recommend करेंगे?
I will choose those 10 films after 20 years when I will decide to retire.
Lovely. Thank you so much, sir, for talking to us on Filmfare Middle East.
Same here.
And
Thanks.
looking
Wonderful.
forward to seeing you in Dubai very soon.
Take care. Lots of love.